Well, welcome back to Balfour Farm. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but the construction crew has showed up. So we've got some work here to do on the barn, and they're getting started today. So what we've got going on here is we're actually expanding our manure pad. So it's currently 30 by 36, and we're actually going to double the size of it and push it right back and make it much larger here. Is this going to be out of your way enough, or should I pull this post too?
I think that's good. We're going to be working right here and
Yeah.
there over there.
All right, so we have Jim up here doing a few different projects. The biggest project obviously is the manure pad and the manure storage that we're going to add on to. We also have a couple culverts that need to be dug into the ground, so where our water line goes under the driveway, we're actually going to put a culvert so we can snake the pipe under the driveway rather than have it lay on top like it is now. I'm also going to have them work on roughing in the area for, we're going to build an equipment shed here eventually. I don't know that it'll be this year or not, but we're going to have them get the area ready anyway. Take out the stumps, level it out, and get at least the rough grade set for that. We also need to improve the access road here behind the barn. In one of my videos last winter, you can see how rough it is here. We're going to have this smoothed out, actually put a good base of gravel down so that it's more accessible on year round. This area here is where I actually got the tractor and livestock trailer stuck in one of the previous videos. That was back during mud season. So I emptied the manure pad here last week in preparation for Jim coming here to work. And then since then I've actually added a little bit more manure to it, so cleaned out the heifer barn. So what I did was I took all this manure and I actually stacked it off here behind the barn. We're going to compost it down. We'll probably turn it a few times and then it'll get spread on the fields. Alright, so normally we wouldn't be doing this. We're just cleaning it off so Jim can get to it. If he weren't here working, we would actually just leave all the manure stacked on the pad. And then once we get done with our last cutting of hay, we would take it out to the field and spread it. It's dusty, huh? All right, well, we're going to leave Jim to it there. He's just started getting the rough grade there, and he tore apart the wall of the old manure pits, which we're going to reuse some of it, and then we'll have to get new stuff, obviously, to make it even larger. But the cow barn, pack barn here, is officially empty. I had Jim come up the other day with his dump truck, and I actually loaded it, and we took it to one of our furthest fields away and stockpiled it out on the field. So we're going to go out and spread that at some point in the coming weeks. And there's a little pile left in the corner. Heather wanted some left for her vegetable garden, so we'll go spread that at some point here too. But I've got another project that we're working on here. So I just started taking down these cattle panels here. We had them wired up so that the calves wouldn't get out. I've moved the calves off to the heifer barn. We're going to actually do away with this feed rail, and I'll show you what we've got, something to put in between all these posts here. So this here is just sitting here at the moment. I just wanted to stick it in there and try it out, see how it is. Got more over there. We're actually going to put up feeder panels all the way down here. And the idea behind these is one cow can get in here and it can't move around, and I'm hoping that they don't waste as much feed. That way when they're before they would drag so much of it back into the cow barn, and then I'd have to just push it out into the manure pile. So The other thing I hope it works for is cows can get awfully pushy, so one cow could take up a bunch of space, and I'm hoping where if they put their head through, they won't be able to push the other cows around, and it'll encourage more cows per foot of space here to get in there and actually eat. Whether it works out or not, I don't know, but we're gonna give it a go. We'll try it. All right, well, we're back at it again today, and as you can see, I made no progress at all on the barn yesterday. Had a problem with our generator. Yeah, anyway, it distracted me for quite a while, so I'm gonna try and get to this today. This has been the longest project ever, just because I keep getting delayed and pulled off onto other projects, but we're finally starting to make some progress here. And actually, I've got screws in the posts. I'm just hanging them there temporarily to try and get it lined up and see exactly how everything's gonna fit. I've pulled off the old feed rail, which is really good. I guess I did this just in time. When I went to take the bolts out, over half of them were actually busted off in the post. Some of them were really bent, so there was only a few bolts actually holding that rail on, so I guess I'm lucky it was still up. So what I plan to do here is I'm actually going to drill through the steel, straight through the post, and take a long piece of threaded rod, go right through. I'll put a big washer on this side, put a really big washer on the other side, and I'm actually going to do that in a couple spots along here, either 2 or 3. I think 2 will probably be enough, and then I can actually bolt these together also if I think it needs it. So when I was laying this out, I went back and forth. We had a company that was in Kentucky actually made these for us. Our local cattle dealer, Rodney, he happened to be going down to Kentucky to get some of his own gates, some feeder panels, some gates, a bunch of other stuff. So while he was there, he actually put my panels also on his trailer and brought them up for me, which was really nice. So I've gone back and forth as to whether the best way to put these in, whether it's on the outside of the post or the inside. If I put them on the inside, the cows will be pushing against them, and it would most likely be stronger that way. The downside of that is they wouldn't be able to reach as far out onto the feed pad and get feed. This way, if they're on the outside, it'll give them almost another foot of reach, so they'll be able to get to access the feed better. Probably won't be as strong, but I think it'll be okay though. I just made another trip to the hardware store. I'm hoping this will be the final trip. So I picked up some hardware to mount these. I didn't have all the stuff that I needed. So this little box of bolts here, I did get a drill bit, or 2 drill bits. $175 for that little tiny box. I picked up carriage bolts instead of threaded rod, but I'm going to run that straight through the beam, the post here rather, through this, put a big washer nut on it. The only concern I have is that this here is hollow and the metal isn't all that strong, so if I really wanted to crank that down tight, I'm worried I'd crush this pipe. So what I've come up with is I made up these blocks. This is LVL, so it's a laminated beam. It was a much larger piece, and I just cut it down. So I'm gonna stick that down in there, drill through it. It'll make this solid. It'll also keep the top of this closed so that no critters climb in there, or bees or what have you. I'm gonna drill straight through that, and then I can crank that down as tight as I want, and it won't crush that block. It's no longer a hollow tube, so. right, well there it is. The first one is done, and it is very solid, so it's not going to go anywhere. As long as the cows don't destroy their welding job on these gates, they should be fine. So these blocks in here definitely helped. I can really crank these down. I'm going to have to put another nut, either a lock nut on there, or maybe just take the welder and just tap a weld on there to make sure it doesn't back that off. But yeah, good and solid. Just got 3 more to go now. Those other gates are going to have to wait till tomorrow, though. It's already getting kind of late in the day. Should be able to finish those up tomorrow easy enough. I don't have quite as many things going on tomorrow. Today was a little bit of a hectic start to the day. I had to move pigs off into the barn so Jim could get up here through the barnyard, through the pig yard, and bring in gravel here. We had to dig this way down to get add more gravel in so we have a really good solid base. You'll get this all in here, compact it down, and then we need to pour concrete over the whole thing. Come on, Moose. All right, well that's gonna do it for this project for tonight. I need to get off, go water calves, make sure the heifers are all set with their new fence. We moved them onto a new paddock today, so I wanna make sure they stay put. Pick up my receipt. Heather will not be happy with me if I don't bring that in the house. Anyway, overall I think it's a good start. It's been a very slow start though, so, but it'll get done here eventually. Come on, bud. All right, well it is the end of the day now, and I thought I would show you what we got accomplished today. I didn't do a lot of videoing. I just really had to get this project done today. And Jim's been up here working too, and he would distract me from time to time and have questions, so anyway, we've got it done here. I'll show you. All right, well, I'm really looking forward to using this winter. I'm hoping it saves a lot of feed. We've got, what's there? 14 spots there. Another 6 down here, I think. 2, 4. Yep, so there's 20 actual feed spots for cows. This one here, it still needs a little bit of work. I need to get longer anchor bolts, so I could anchor the sides of it, but I also want to anchor straight down into the block wall that's below there, and the anchors I had weren't quite long enough. So, but there it is. It is all done. This winter we'll just fill this right up with hay down here. In the middle where the block wall is, we put an extra bale for extra feed that we can kind of work off of. It's like a reserve of feed, but the rest will be all feed alley. So like I was saying, Jim got a lot of work done here on our manure pad, and it's actually all graded off, compacted, and ready for concrete, or at least concrete forms, and then to pour the concrete. So there it is, ready to go. So this will be about a 6-inch concrete pad on top of here, and then we'll put these big cement blocks. They're kind of tongue and groove almost. The bottom of them have a bridge in it, and they sit and lock in together. They're incredibly heavy. They're 2 foot by 6 foot, and I think they weigh about 3,000 pounds a piece. So we'll stack those 2 high, just like this, all the way around the perimeter, and then back into the barn. So this will give us a ton more storage. So when this pad was originally designed, we had it sized appropriately for cows. I may have said that in the past, but with the pig barn that we have now, and cleaning out so often in there, it doubles the amount of space that we require to stack manure. So we can't spread it in the winter, so we'll have plenty of space to stack it now, I hope. So tomorrow Jim actually plans on starting our access road, so we'll have a road that kind of circles around behind the barn here. We've got to take down some trees, move some stuff. Took a bunch of trees down already to get in here and access the manure area. So yeah, it's going to look a lot different when he gets done with it. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I need to get down, go water pigs again, water calves, make sure the cows have water. So we're going to leave it here. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of what we're doing here on the farm, and we will see you next time.